cemeteries have a lot of negative connotation to it sometimes, but it's a peaceful place.
The Fairmount Memorial Park back open today. This is after fire damage repairs. What community members can expect when checking on their loved ones who are laid to rest.
And I'm tracking the forecast where we're talking heat advisories and the elevated risk of fire danger this weekend, what you need to be prepared for ahead.
And the Boulevard race, it is coming back, and it is coming up next month, rather. They are revealing the new designs of the t-shirt this afternoon. We'll have a look coming up in just a few minutes. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. Happy Thursday to you. We're going to talk about the weather outside, and that is where we find Jenny. She is standing by this afternoon with a look at some pretty high temperatures. Jenny.
Yeah, Laura, that's right. I've stepped out here to the Outdoor Weather Center where already at this noon hour, we're in the upper 70s and temperatures are going to continue to climb well above our average. It's already 80 degrees right now over in Coeur d'Alene, 81 for Sandpoint with some low 80s out toward Moses Lake, Othello and Ritzville. And we do see some pockets of unhealthy air quality conditions due to area fires that continue to burn out toward central Washington through the northern Cascades in Wenatchee and south to Walla Walla. Still moderate across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but now we do have some heat advisories in place until tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. as our highs are going to be in the mid to upper 90s, and we're not getting too much overnight relief when it comes to temperatures. So this is a look at the highs for this afternoon. 93 degrees for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and that is about 10 degrees above our average. We're even looking at some low triple-digit heat south to the LC Valley and across Richland and the lower Columbia Basin. What I'm really tracking, though, and why we will be under a weather impact alert here in the coming days is this: a widespread fire weather watch in place for Saturday. Our next system is going to move in, bringing the risk of thunderstorms, particularly dry thunderstorms, plus gusty winds and relatively low humidity values. So even though for Saturday right now these are at fire weather watches, I could easily see them being upgraded into red flag warnings at some point tomorrow. So as you're making weekend plans, make sure that you are extra fire weather aware, and especially if you plan to be outside, know your local burn restrictions. Full timing of this incoming system in just a few minutes. Laura.
Jenny, appreciate it. Today marks the reopening of Fairmount Memorial Park nearly 3 weeks after the Spokane Area Fires forced the cemetery to close. Officials say cleanup and repairs are certainly still underway, but they are ready to welcome families and visitors back to the park. So important for people to have that. KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with park leaders about what it took to get the cemetery ready to reopen.
Well, as Fairmount Memorial Park reopens to the public today, visitors can come and visit those grave sites of their loved ones, but parts of the park still have a lot of work and cleanup repairs to be done. As you can see right behind me, just some of this machinery, the maintenance shop, I am told by staff, was the most impacted. So much burned and scorched materials as well as equipment. And if you come to this side as well over here, you can see on this side of the shop where there's lots of garages, so much shrapnel still sitting around that is waiting to be cleaned up. So yes, as visitors are welcome back today, staff wants to tell the public they are working as quickly as possible to restore the entire park as fast as they can. Staff also say visitors might see parts of grass and landscaping was singed by flames. Grave sites, though, remain protected underground in their concrete vaults. But because so many people have chosen this place as their final resting place, staff are working quickly to ensure grounds are taken care of and cleanup and repairs continue.
I think cemeteries have a lot of negative connotation to it sometimes, but it's a peaceful place. It's a place where people have a little bit of time to meditate, to be quiet. I'm excited to allow that to happen again. I think it'll bring back some normalcy for some family members.
We are very lucky as far as our park as a whole. You will see some burned areas and some scorched areas, but overall we are very fortunate with the park as a whole, and so we're thankful for that.
And to further just show that impact, right next to the maintenance shop is the river, and as you can see, Riverside State Park is right across the way. You can see all those burned trees, how they jumped the river, came up the hillside to the cemetery, and continued to burn so many trees across the property, like this one right right here. So that is why it's so important that crews continue to repair as visitors are still welcomed back today. Now, staff also tell me they're thanking the public for their patience as they had 21 pending services that they had to pause, which means burials, ceremonies, funerals, things like that. So they are working through that and are working to reschedule things as soon as possible. For now, I'm reporting here at Fairmount Memorial Park. They will be open to dusk today. Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
All right, Regan, and the Spokane City Council approved Mayor Lisa Brown's executive order declaring an emergency in response to the Spokane fires. What this means is that the city won't need to go through the competitive bidding process or seek council approval on fire rebuilding efforts. The goal is, of course, to speed up the recovery process for so many people. The city says the executive order will stay in place until October, but it certainly, she says, could be extended if needed. And as community members work on picking up what's left after the fires, personal protective equipment kits will be available for people impacted by the Spokane Area Fires. You can get those kits today at Station 17. Pickup is available between 3 and 6 o'clock this afternoon. The kits will have masks, gloves, and a protective suit. The city of Spokane has a full list of what to do and what to wear while returning to properties that were impacted by the fires. Well, the designs for the Boulevard race have now been revealed, and that's happening right now at the race press conference. Here's a live look at what's happening. There we go. It showcases this year's poster and race bib. The walk run is, of course, a fundraiser for cancer research. There will be DJs, a screaming tunnel, and marching bands this year. The 4th annual Boulevard race is happening on Sunday, September 20th. As a homeowner, you can expect taxes to increase in parts of Idaho. So coming up after the break, we'll let you know where and by how much.
When you see a kid, just like their mood just changes. They light up, they want to see you, they're excited to see my coordinators, they're excited to be at school, they're excited to learn, and it just changes, and you just see a future. And they see their own future.